Hi, you are welcome to Nez Telly. Thank you so much for coming by. I am Nez, and today we are going to be discussing The Mechanics of Yenogua by Michael Afenfia. This last name was very hard for me to pronounce. I hope I got it well. Michael, accept my apology if I did not. Michael Afenfia. Okay, so Mechanics of Yenogua is this book. Chineke mo. See, this book is like a roller coaster of madness. Do you understand? It's the story of a mechanic. His name is Ibinibi or Ebinibi. I think it's Ibinibi. I thought I pronounced it well. Ibinibi. And he's somebody that kind of inherited this piece of land from his parents, and he decided to use it as a mechanic workshop. Now, he's a graduate, which is not usually what we expect mechanics to be here in Nigeria. But he's a graduate. He graduated from university in Yenogua. And I was actually getting a master's program, but he was actually very good with his job. Like, a lot of like politicians and all that were bringing their cars to him. That's how good he was. He had a good, scrap area. He had these three guys working with him, so that he was very good at his job and all that. And he was actually doing a master's program, but Ibinibi is like that kind of person that you want to say the village people swear for you. Every time anytime he just woke up in the morning, it's like he was looking for ways to just mess up his life. That's what it looked like. Like the whole book was just a roller coaster of him trying to solve a problem that he shouldn't have entered in the first place, and then in the process causing more problem that is now, oh Lord, this guy. As in, you're reading the book, you're like, oh, come on. The number of times I dropped this book, do you understand? The number of times I dropped this book. Honestly, the book, and it wasn't like I didn't drop it to pick it up immediately. I would drop it just to get angry. Sometimes my anger can last up to one day before I pick it up again. So that made me read this book for a very long time, because I just kept on dropping it. I'm like, I can't deal with this guy. And I'll just walk away. This book was mad. Anyway, let me see if I can give you a nice overview. So he has a sibling, one sibling. Like I told you, they inherited it. Their parents are dead. So he has a sister, and the sister, who had been looking for a child for years, finally had a child. So when this book actually starts, is like the child is like, I think, 5 years old. So it's like the supposed pastor that prayed for her, she decided to let the pastor use the remaining land for his church. I forgot the name of the church. Church had a very funny name. Had this church, but the pastor himself was very problematic. Do you understand? So there was now this choir girl there that Ebinibi started dating, but that girl was dangerous. A dangerous choir girl. She was a dangerous church Christian person. She knew too much. She demanded too much. She was like, she seemed too dramatic and all that. But the girl, her heart. So when you say somebody's heart is at the back, her heart is at the back. This girl, Blessing, that was her name. So the book actually does try to engage, enlighten you about Yenogua. Now, if you are not Nigerian, or if you're Nigerian, I don't know what Yenogua is. Yenogua is in Bayelsa. Bayelsa State is, I think, is the top oil producing state in Nigeria at the moment, or had been for the longest time. However, Bayelsa is a very interesting place, because as much money as Bayelsa is making for Nigeria, it has a lot of the poorer environments. Do you understand? Is greatly underdeveloped. The people there suffer a lot. Things that happen to their water because of the oil, and and all that. So, but the thing is that a lot of money flows there, like a ridiculous amount of money. Like there was a time when that's in this book. There was a time in this guy's book, somebody, I think a judge's son, brought car for him to fix and left the car, forgot the car. Literally, the car was there for, I think, up to 3 months. Only for him to be searching through the car one day, now saw that there was about 500k in the car. That's that kind of madness that is money there, and all that. So it's like it's like every time it looked like Ibinibi was trying to remove himself from a situation, he was trying to solve a problem, he always entered another wahala. The time he nearly even died safe. Hey, gosh, this book pulled me through everything. It's it's not exactly big and all that, but it's actually fun loving. It's funny. His relationship with his siblings, with his sister, the sister's husband, the sister's child, the relationship with his staff, people that he works with. Another person came in, another female mechanic came inside. What was that like? His relationship with this so-called pastor. What was that pastor's name? I've forgotten his name. The pastor that supposedly he used to sell his blessed water, anointing water, all that crap. So all that, for a while in the book, you start to feel like a lot of answers are not being, a lot of questions are not being answered, but the book actually ends up well. Like, it was tied properly at the end. At the end, you know everything, the reaction of everybody you're expecting a reaction from, you know, an elder. But the book, the end, Michael, you did not do me well with the end of this book. You did not do me well. I finished it in the night, and when I was sleeping, I was in my sleep, I was just remembering that end, and my body was just doing me somehow. Should you read this book? You should. If you like an exciting thrill about people that go around making stupid decisions and having to live the consequences of their stupid decisions, you should read this book. It's it's good stuff. So yeah, that is it's very short. This thing a lot. I like this book. I got this book from Roving Heights. I don't know where else it is. I didn't check, but I know this is available on Roving Heights, and it is worth the read. It is, I don't know, it's so well written. It's comforting. You know, when things are good, they are good. It's like when they are good, they seem to be good for a very short time, because next thing, bam, something else will not happen again. Ibinibi, now what? Ibinibi is like, now my brother, you want to slap, you want to give other thing, you want to slap, you want to summer his head like this. Bah. Very problematic person. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like the video, and then please share with your friends so that we can know more about reading. And then let me know if I have convinced you to read this book or not. And thank you so much for watching. Bye bye now.